Welcome to Get It Together with Grandy, the podcast.
This is a podcast for people who don't have it all together. I'm a 20-something-year-old girl who for my entire life has been trying to become the best version of myself and fulfill my potential. But I honestly just feel like a big mess. I know I can't be the only one who feels like this, so I'm starting this podcast so I can share my journey and what I'm learning along the way so we can finally get it together. I'll see you on Monday for our weekly episodes. Okay, bye.
Hi guys, my name is Grandy and you're listening to or watching Get It Together with Grandy. Thank you so much for being here, guys. As you know, we start off every single episode with talking about how the week went. Do I feel like I had my week together or not? Guys, this week, some things I had them down. Like, I had it together, but other things kind of fell to the wayside. But that's because something crazy happened this week, guys. I decided to get a fitness coach. Yeah, kind of out of the blue, kind of crazy. It was actually so unexpected. This kind of trainer, fitness coach kept coming on my FYP, and he had these crazy like transformations before and afters. So I was just intrigued, you know. And you know when the people on Instagram have like, they have in their captions like, DM me this word and I'll send you this guide. So basically his before and afters was of a 10-day cut that his clients were doing, and it was like a 10-day transformation. And guys, in 10 days the difference between these people's bodies were insane. Like before and afters, it was looking like two different people, and I was like, I'm intrigued. So I commented the word cut, and then the trainer and me, we got to talking, got to talk about my fitness goals. And guys, one thing led to another, and somehow I signed up to be his client. And yeah, now I have a fitness coach. And guys, this all happened quite quickly. So we pretty much got started on Sunday, and I'm actually recording this episode on Sunday. So it's been a full-on week. So we kicked things off. He gave me a detailed plan of what we're going to do. So I signed up to work with him for 4 months. But to start off working together, guys, we are also doing the 10-day cut. You know, the thing that I was seeing on Instagram with the crazy before and afters. That's what we're doing. So since Sunday, I've been doing this 10-day cut, and guys, it's been insane. He sent me a very detailed plan, guys, and he told me what I can eat, what I can't eat, what time to work out, how long for. Guys, my diet has been completely different. No sugar, guys. No milk, no dairy. It's been kind of crazy. I've literally been in the gym every single day of this week. We have been doing 1 hour on this trimester every single day. I know it sounds insane, but guys, somehow I've actually been sticking to the plan and I've been seeing amazing results. So while the plan has been insane and I've hated it, I've actually kind of loved it because I've seen great results. I really feel like it's been working on my like mental toughness and like my discipline, the fact that I've been getting it done every day. Also, an amazing thing is that my husband also decided to do it with me. So him doing it with me, guys, has made the whole thing so much better. It's made things so much more fun doing it together, and also we can complain together. We've both been like complaining together. We've also been both seeing results. So we've been loving it and hating it at the same time. So yeah, guys, this week has been crazy difficult, but I was able to stick to the plan and I was so proud of myself. So it just made me think about like, other goals that I have, because obviously that is very much to do with my fitness goals and my health goals. But it just made me think about like, my other goals that I have and my personal and career goals that I have. And it made me think like, okay, so if I was able to stick to this plan that this trainer has set for me, why is it so difficult to always stick to other plans that I have? It made me think that a reason why we might not be sticking to our own goals and plans is because we don't really know why we're doing it and why we have to stick to our goals. I feel like a lot of us, we have these goals, we want to launch a business, we want to lose weight, we want to write a book. So we know what the goal is, we know what we're working towards, but do we know why we want to achieve that thing? Do we know why we actually want to be successful? I think a lot of the times our answers are actually very general. It's just like, I want to have money in my bank account, I want to be happy. But I think we actually have to have deeper, meaningful reasons as to why we are working towards our goals if we actually want to be able to stick to the plan and stick to, working at our goals. This week, for me, I had a really big why on why I stuck to the plan, there was many days, guys, I did not want to go on that Stairmaster. I promise you, like, that Stairmaster would give me PTSD, and I'd be like, I don't want to go. But I was so focused on my why. Like, I was just seeing people's results in my head and saying, I want those results, you know, I need to have those results, so I'm going to commit to the plan so I can have those results. In the same way, when we're working towards our goals, we can't just say like, oh, I'm going to get on the Stairmaster because I want to be healthy, I want to be fit. It's like, no, why are you getting on the Stairmaster? Is it because you want a flat stomach? Is it because you want to lose weight to gain more confidence? Is it because you are sick of not being able to have fun and be able to play with your kids because you're very unfit? You know, we have to have an actual reason. Like, just being healthy and just being fit, babe, it's not gonna cut it. So I was realizing that also applies to the rest of my life. So basically, I've got a new business that I'm working on right now, and I'm so excited by it. But I feel like for the past few weeks, I have definitely not been sticking to the plan in terms of working on this business. It's definitely been like, okay, I've run out of time to work on it today, I'll work on it tomorrow, you know, I'll do a little bit today. Like, I haven't been putting 100% into this, I promise you I haven't. And I feel like that's because I haven't really figured out my why onto why I want this business to succeed. So I wanted to do that today, and share them with you guys so that I can hopefully inspire you guys to also create your whys on why you want to be successful and why you're working towards that goal. It's funny, guys, because as I was sitting down to write down the reasons why, I was like, wait, I haven't actually really thought about this properly. Like, I had like generally, you know, had the thoughts running on my brain, but I hadn't pinpointed them down. I definitely hadn't put them down on paper. As I was writing them down, I was getting so inspired and motivated. So I'll share them with you. So one of the reasons that I so badly want this business to be a success is because currently my job is a full-time social media content creator, and I love it. It's amazing, my dream job. But I really feel like my life is controlled by the algorithm. It's controlled by, you know, the brands that I work with. It's controlled by so many outside factors that are outside of me. Being an influencer content creator, it's so crazy because how well you do at work is measured by likes and engagement onto your content. If I produce something and put my heart and soul into it, and then I put it out there, I can't really control how it's going to be received. The algorithm has a part to play, all of this. So sometimes if my posts don't get likes, don't get engagement, I feel like I'm failing at my job. And it's kind of crazy because I just feel like it just makes me kind of feel like I'm not in control, and I hate it, guys. I honestly do. Like, I love my job, but there's certain aspects about it that can actually really take a toll on you, because you can literally put so much work into things, and then when it's not received well, you feel as if you've not done very well. But it's like, I did my part, but because it doesn't perform well, it's like I'm not doing well. A big part of why I want this business to succeed is because it will mean that my effort will dictate the outcome, you know, and that is really what I want in my life. Like, I will never stop being a creator. I absolutely love it. But to be able to create and not have that pressure will just be incredible. And having this business will give that to me. It will give me that control. So that is a huge factor. And even just saying that right now just really motivates me to succeed at this business, because this is something that has been a real pain point for me. Okay, otherwise, guys, I want my mom to never have to work again. That woman, such a hardworking woman. She gives everything to everyone. I'm not going to talk too much because sometimes I get emotional talking about her. She's just an amazing woman. And if I was able to, you know, help her to not have to work, to be able to choose the work that she gets to do, to be able to actually work on things that she's passionate about, guys, that would be my absolute dream. So that's another reason why I want my business to be successful. Another reason is I love to travel. I love luxury travel, and I don't want, you know, the places and the experiences that I have to be dictated by the price tag, you know? So if my business is successful, I'll be able to be like, oh, I want to go there. And I don't care what it costs. Whatever it costs is whatever it costs. Yeah, the older I got, the more that I value just kind of like spending money on incredible experiences. Another thing is I have a really big like burden for people who are less fortunate in the world. I have a real heart for people who like have gone through and are currently going through like human trafficking in the world. You know, if my business is successful, I'll be able to have the funds, the resources to be able to help out with these organizations that are making a difference, you know, because I feel like sometimes we think about all these world issues and oh my gosh, there's so much going on, and you know, someone else is going to help out or someone else will do it. But guys, you know, it can actually be us. Like, we can actually be the ones who make a big impact in helping people who are suffering and who are going through so much hardship. So that is a huge reason why I would also love to be successful in my business. Obviously, I have so many more, but these are just 4 that I wanted to share with you. And yeah, every single person's why is going to be absolutely different. And I think sometimes as well, that is why some people even think to themselves, like, do you know what? Maybe I don't really care to be successful because I'm not really materialistic. I don't really need a Birkin. I don't need to drive a G-Wagon. That's absolutely fine, because those things aren't for everyone. Because I think a lot of the times people just associate like people who are successful with those things, but there's so much more to it. Like, other than, you know, having a G-Wagon, it's like, okay, you may not want a G-Wagon, but do you want your kids to go to the best schools? Or do you want, like, if a family member gets sick, to be able to, you know, provide them with the best healthcare that is possible? Because it's crazy, like, the older that we get, I realize, like, the difference in healthcare can actually be the difference in someone's life being saved. So there's just like so many reasons why being successful could actually impact your life, impact those people's lives around you. But when we don't think about these things, when we're just like, okay, yeah, I want to be successful because I want to, you know, make loads of money, or I just want to have a business to my name, it's like, that's not going to get you out of bed in the morning. Like, that's not getting me out of bed. Like, some people are really inspired with the fact of like potentially being on Forbes 30 under 30. Like, that really inspires people. But guys, personally, that won't get me out of bed in the morning. Like, I think people who get onto that list, amazing. Like, amazing people. Some of my peers, I see them on that list and I'm like, wow, I love that for you. But that's not going to motivate me to work any harder. Like, and that's just a fact. Like, when I'm up late at night and I'm like, do you know what, I'm going to go sleep because I'm tired, picturing me being put on the Forbes 30 under 30, that's not going to make me continue working. That's not going to give me the energy boost that I need. But if I sit there and I actually picture these things on my list, I'm telling you, I will be motivated. I will be like, okay, I think I can do another hour. I think I can push a little bit harder. So I think what we need to do is actually create this list of whys. And it's crazy because, you know, being a girlie who's always consumed like motivational content, I've always heard people say like, what's your why? What's your why? I've never understood what they meant. I can't lie. I never really got it. I never sat down and wrote down my whys. But now that I have, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now. Because I promise you, when I'm going to keep referencing me, you know, me being in the gym this week. This week, I've had crazy, like, sugar cravings. Like, because we've cut out all sugar, I've, at times, just been sat on this couch like, what if I just have, like, one small bar of chocolate? Like, what's going to happen? Like, my brain was literally telling me, like, just go into the cupboard and eat a spoon of Nutella. Like, you just need it. You need it. And I've literally had to shut my brain up and be like, no, we are going to get the results. We are going to get that flat stomach. Like, a big thing for me is I really want a flat stomach. Lori Harvey abs. Yeah, I would love that. I'll just be picturing that flat stomach. I'll just be picturing it and be like, no, we can't have the Nutella. Because the flat stomach, guys, that's my why of working out. That is my why. I don't know if that sounds... what's the word? I forgot the word. I don't know if that sounds vain, but I just want a flat stomach. I just want to be able to have one. I don't need to show it off to anybody. I just want to have it for myself. So guys, honestly, I'll just be picturing that flat stomach. Like, it's okay. We're going to survive. We can just keep going. Because that is my why. And honestly, that has been motivating me this entire week. So in the same way that flat stomach has been my why and has kept me going, when we, are having down days, when we are not feeling like working towards our goals, when we're feeling a little bit sad, when we're feeling a little bit low, but we know that today's the day that we're supposed to be working on the website or working on the book or going to the gym, having that picture in our head of these reasons of why we're working, guys, I promise you it's really, really gonna help. Also, really practically, like, let's say you're up late at night and you're like, do you know what, I want to go to bed, like I'm losing my energy. What you can actually do, like, let's say you're really inspired by wanting to live in a luxury home and you really want to have a beautiful home, because who doesn't? I know I do. You could actually go on YouTube and go on like a luxury house tour and just look and just watch the video of the house, picture yourself in there, picture yourself having coffee, and just allow that to just motivate you and inspire you and remind you the reason why you're working right now is because this is what, if you continue working, you will have this. That will actually, give you a boost of energy that you need to keep going. So another reason of why I stuck to, this crazy fitness plan, and guys, all my friends have literally been saying to me, I don't even know how you've been doing this. This is crazy. How you've been doing it. And I think another thing that has allowed me to actually stick to the plan is knowing that, this is actually just a 10-day cut. Having that deadline and having that timeline in my head has really, really motivated me, because I just have that, it's allowed me just to be really consistent. I know if I work hard, I will see results in 10 days. It's allowed me to be so disciplined because I have that timeline in mind. So in the same way, we should definitely be giving ourselves a deadline and a timeline for our goals. It's okay, you want to launch the business, but when? You want to write that book, but when? You've been saying you want to lose the weight, but when, sis? When is all this gonna happen? If we have these goals as just oh yeah, one day, lofty in the distance, or do you know what, this year I'm going to, honey, this year will turn into next year and will turn into the year after. And also, I remember last year I literally procrastinated launching this podcast probably throughout all of 2024, and that is because literally I had no date in mind of when I was going to launch it. I really wanted to launch it in 2024 and I said I was going to do it, but guys, I had no date, so I had no urgency to work towards launching this podcast. It was only in the last month that I finally gave myself a date. After I gave myself that date, it was so scary. It was so scary. I was oh my gosh. Because I knew after I made that date, I knew I had to do it. And also another thing that I did was I made that date public. I actually, talked about it on my TikTok the day I was going to launch my podcast. So I even put it out there, the date that I was going to launch. So I knew that there was no way that I was going to not launch and just humiliate myself. We're not doing that. I knew that people would be asking me oh my gosh, the podcast. And if I was going to say to them, oh yeah, no, I didn't actually launch. No, I wasn't about to do that. So guess what? I set that date, and even though I procrastinated for the entire year, as soon as I set that date in the final month, guys, I did it and I launched. So I really feel we have to give ourselves a deadline and give ourselves a timeline of when we want to achieve this goal. So the third thing that allowed me to really stick to the plan was the fact that it was very planned out. The trainer gave me a very, very detailed and simple plan to follow. Even though it was very, very hard to follow, it was very, very simple. The plan was very detailed. I knew what to eat, what not to eat, like I said, when to work out, how much liters of water to drink. So all I had to do was follow this plan, and then I knew if I follow this plan, I will get results. So that made things just so easy for me, guys. So that also just tells me with the goals that I have in life, I have to have a detailed plan. I can't just be I want my social media accounts to grow and just wake up every morning and just try and figure it out. It's no, honey, we need a plan. We need to do that for ourselves, plan out exactly what we have to do so that all we have to do is do it. Like, let's make it as easy as possible for ourselves. And that is something that I'm definitely also saying to myself, because yeah, I'm not always the best at planning. Like, it's not something that comes naturally to me, but I've learned in this life I have to become a planner if I actually want to see results. I talked a lot about this in my last episode. If you want to know more about planning out how to achieve your goals, then check out last episode. I think the last thing that I want to share is, guys, in order to achieve what we want, we have to follow the plan and not the feelings. Like, a friend of mine said this to me a few weeks ago, and it has really stuck to my head. And I think that is something that I really did throughout this week, because guys, a lot of the times I was not feeling like leaving my house and going to the gym. Like, I really wasn't. I had to really put aside my feelings and just stick to the plan. One of the biggest things that I've struggled with this challenge is I love my teas and coffees. Like, I'm just a British girl. I just love a cup of tea. I just love it. So the fact that I have not been able to have a cup of tea with milk and sugar, it has been so painful, guys. And there's definitely been days I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. But I've had to power through. I've not followed my feelings. Like I said, there's been days where the last thing I wanted to see was a Stairmaster, but I would just put aside my feelings and do it. And guys, every single time that I finished a workout, I would feel so good. I would just feel so good knowing that, okay, I stuck to the plan. Like, everything inside of me that was telling me to not work out today, I did it. And also knowing that, okay, now I'm also one step closer to the results that I want, and not one step further back, because I just chose to follow the feelings that I felt in the moment, which were so fleeting. Guys, in 2025, we have to follow the plan and not the feelings, because the feelings are gonna lead us to the bin. Like, the feelings are gonna because the feelings, they hate us. It's like sometimes it's like we hate ourselves, you know? It's like, why do I not want the best for myself? And I just think it's just obviously just that internal battle that we have to overcome, because honestly, once you're on the other side of overcoming that feeling of not wanting to work on your goals, not wanting to stay up late, not wanting to sacrifice, like hanging out with your friends to, you know, work towards your goal. Like, a lot of the times, you know, guys, being successful is going to take sacrifices. It's going to take pain. It's going to take work. It's not going to be easy, guys. Honestly, I feel like when we have gotten to the other side of those feelings and we've pushed through, there's honestly no better feeling. And that is actually how we're going to achieve our goals. So yeah, guys, 2025, we have to stick to the plan and not the feelings. For this week's homework, guys, I really want us to sit there, take time, and really think about your list of whys. Like, why do you want to be successful at the thing that you're working at? It has to be super personal to you and only you, because only you know the things that actually like trigger you, and the things that actually like hurt your heart, and the things that you really, really desire in life. So yeah, we need to sit down, write this list out, maybe attach pictures to things. And then guys, I think we should actually look at this list like every morning. This list needs to be embedded in our heads. We need to look at this list every day, and we need to also refer back to this list in those wobbly moments when we just cannot be bothered. In those moments when we can't be bothered, that is when we put up the list and we're like, okay, I gotta do it. I gotta do it for my mom. I gotta do it for myself. I gotta do it for my future kids. I gotta do it because I want to drive a G-Wagon. Like, you know, that's okay too. Because personally, I would love a G-Wagon, you know. I would love one, but guess what? I'm not going to get one if I don't want to work. I'm not going to get one if I feel a little bit tired and I'm like, we'll do it tomorrow. No, honey, that's just not how life works, unfortunately. So yeah, guys, I hope this episode was helpful. Please make sure you write your list of whys. And yeah, let me know if anything that I said in this episode stuck out to you. And thank you so much, guys, for getting it together with me. And I'll see you next week. Okay, bye.